Welcome to Mr. Moon Has Left the Building. I am Sam Palmer.
Hello, I'm Eddie Chard.
How are you
How you
doing?
doing, Sam?
You good?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, how you doing?
Good. Big week. Big week. Wow, that's exciting.
Huge week. Exciting stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. And obviously we're going to go through the Wolves game. Lots of talking points in that game, I think. Big talking of Leverkusen, obviously. And then we're going to chat about some of our favourite kits. So we're both wearing, if you sit back a little bit, if you're watching on YouTube, Addy's got the old black, is it 125 years?
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah,
wearing
definitely one of my favourites. Definitely one
the
of
old Ecru number, Dagenham Motors, Pony. So we'll talk about that later, but let's get straight into Wolves.
Let's do it.
What do you think? How did you think it went?
It was certainly a game of two halves, wasn't it?
Like most West Ham games.
It's so odd, isn't it? Like, I don't know how we can be so bad in one half, and then it was quite a good second half. We actually played well second half.
Yeah.
But that first half, I was just watching it and just shaking my head, just thinking, we are so bad.
We couldn't pass the ball, could we?
Couldn't keep the ball, could we? We couldn't put anything together. Never looked like scoring. Just off the pace. I think I've always said that I feel we're not a quick side, and in the middle of the park we look pedestrian sometimes. And football in this day and age, it's all about pace and speed and that, and we definitely lack it in certain areas. And we just couldn't get. Some games we just don't get near teams when they put the ball.
But yeah, I still wasn't, when I was watching it, I wasn't concerned because I thought,
not that concerned.
Because I actually was thinking, right, second half, this is where we go.
Was you?
Yeah, I don't know, I just was quite confident with it watching. I think I've got used to us now, what we do. And it's like, did we go in 1-0 down at the break?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. And I always feel when we're 1-0 down, it doesn't really bother me. Because we go down, I think we're one of the most that has conceded first in games. Yeah. So it doesn't really bother me. And it's about that second half. And I fancied the Antonio change was going to happen. And again, it worked. I thought it was the right move. He made the right subs. And then I suppose the controversial one, which worked, was the Moyes subs next, which with the Cresswell coming on, Cresswell and Johnson coming on, change of shape. Emerson went further forward. And then I've got to say, Emerson looked like a man possessed at some points to get us back in that game. I thought he was absolutely he'd give away the penalty. We'll go on to them in a minute. But I thought he scores, then he gets the penalty, doesn't he, himself?
Yeah.
And he was in the right wing spot at that point when he gets that penalty. Look, Paqueta, I thought it was an off game for him.
Yeah,
didn't look great, did he? But
no.
Obviously the sad bit and the news coming out today is Bowen is out.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get onto that for the Leverkusen, but I thought that at the time of the Wolves game, I was thinking, how are we going to score a goal? How are we going to score a goal in this game, sort of thing, now that he's gone off? But yeah, no, like you said, full credit to Moyes, because he changed his shape as well, didn't he?
He went for it at the back, didn't he?
And three at the back. And like you said, Emerson was just bombing on, and he was a real threat, wasn't he, going forward?
And I think every West Ham fan probably was, when Moyes out camp was like, this is a negative substitution again, where you bring in two defenders on. But actually, what I think it was great because Emerson is better going forward than Cornet. Because that was the only other options he had, because Antonio was on the pitch. You had Cornet, Phillips, Ings. I do think Ings has been a bit unlucky not to be called upon, I've got to be honest with you. But he got it right. He got it completely right. And we changed the shape and we changed the game and we looked confident then. But the biggest talking point again is VAR. And I think we saw it in 3 spots in this game. The Emerson penalty. Was it a penalty? I've watched it a few times and I can't actually... I don't know. It doesn't look like a penalty to me, but...
Yeah, because he's definitely got some of the ball.
Yeah.
It's whether he's taken his man
does
out
come across the man first.
Yeah.
So let's say that they got it right. That was a penalty.
Yeah, I always think like... I mean, it was close, but I always think like if it was us...
Yeah.
Would we... how would you have felt if we hadn't got it? And you'd be a bit aggrieved, wouldn't you, of not getting that?
Yeah.
So I think that was fair enough, that one.
The Emerson goal, though, I cannot, for the life of me, see what on earth that was given for. Because he touches the player's leg with his foot. And I thought VAR was not there to re-referee games. Although the referee did give it as no goal, didn't he?
Yeah, he's the one who
But then they made him go to the monitor, didn't they? I can't remember because we saw him go to the monitor a couple of times.
Yeah, I don't know if they... I don't know if they did. It just went to VAR and they was looking at it a few times. They looked at it quite a few times, didn't they?
I for the life of me, don't know how that's not a goal.
Yeah. I mean, looking at VAR, it looks as though there's contact. And I think there was contact. But
there was. But how can you go into the box for an header and make zero contact?
Well, this is the thing. And it's only because Matey has gone down as if he's been shot. That's the reason I think the refs give it. But it was minimal contact, very harsh.
And then we get very lucky with the final. Now, I saw a match today where they actually said the ruling. And the ruling is actually true with he's in his eyesight. Now, if you watch it, though, Fab could have moved at any time. He is literally... So that's what they said on Match of the Day is, in that sense, a goalkeeper could just stand behind a player who's offside and, even if he moved to the other side of the goal and if he's in his eyesight, then he's offside. I don't know. It was a goal. It was a goal. It was a good goal. Fab was getting nowhere near it. I don't think the player was interfering at all. He is in front of him, but Fab could have moved just slightly to the right, and he wasn't in front of him. I think Gary O'Neill went absolutely ballistic, didn't he?
And I think rightly so as well. You can't disallow goals like that. You just can't. And the thing is, I don't think one West Ham player was appealing for anything. Basically, no. They just considered it. It's fair enough. That's a goal. It's only VAR who got involved and had a look at it. And in the end, by the letter of the law, it's the right decision. It is the right decision.
Because the law is wrong. Because I think we've learned that there's some things in football that are grey areas that you can't put a law on, which is kind of weird to say that, but how much you can push, how much you can use your shoulder, how much aggression.
Yeah, I mean,
there's not, you can't, there's little things that don't have a law, do they?
No. I mean, even the Phillips the week before, letter of the law, Phillips has kicked
him,
Anthony Gordon. But Anthony Gordon is just basically stopping Phillips from kicking.
Yeah, I've watched that again this week, actually. And because I'd never thought of that. He definitely sticks his leg in, but it's he's not sticking his leg in to get the ball or to take the ball off him or to move the ball. He just stuck his leg in front of him. So you are going to get kicked. So,
of course.
I can see that point. I think for me, the Phillips bit was he did it on the ball. That was what caused that.
Yeah.
And obviously we didn't see him this week, which probably tells you where it's going with him. But he could have a big say in the next 2 games.
Well, I was going to say that now with Bowen injured, does it mean? Because I feel. I mean, I want to go back to that Wolves game, but I feel Moyes could think about playing 3 at the back again for this game. I think if Bowen's out, because then he could play. I don't know if he trusts Johnson to start or not, but then he could play a similar formation with Emerson and Johnson as wing backs, and then he could. I don't know if he'd play Phillips, but he could play Phillips, Ward-Prowse, and Souček in the middle, and then.
Oh yeah, because there's no Alvarez. Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, no Alvarez. So and then maybe Paquetá off of Antonio.
Yeah. I think you could actually play Kudos right wing back as well.
No, sorry, yeah. So yeah, the middle three: Paquetá, Ward-Prowse, Souček, and then Kudos. Oh no, then there's Paquetá as well. So yeah, maybe it's a tricky one how you play that then, isn't it?
You could play Paquetá up top.
Paquetá up top
with
Antonio. With Antonio.
Yeah, you could play the two up top. Not that. Yeah. I don't know. It's a tough one.
Kudos has to play though, doesn't he? Kudos has to play.
I actually think he could do a very good job at right wing back because he's very good getting up and down, good tackler. Where you could ask him a job because really we just want to be defensive this game. I think we're going to see that. We just don't want to lose big this game. I fancy us.
This game?
Overall, I fancy us. I don't know why, and I don't like, but I think because I was looking at the other team nearly beat them last. I don't know their name.
In both games, they actually nearly beat them. Yeah.
And Freiburg only lost them 3-2 the week after we tonked them 5-0. I know there's different games, but I think the gulf in German football to English football is huge.
Yeah, I agree.
So that might be a bit disrespectful, actually, but because they're an unbeaten team, you can't go unbeaten in a season without being a good side. And you get a bit of luck here and there as well. But I don't know. It's hard without Alvarez, without a doubt. But I don't know. I actually thought Johnson had another good game, although when we gave away the corner with bad clearance, it's that one moment.
That whole sequence of play, actually, because it started actually with our free kick, which was about 30 yards out with Ward-Prowse. And at the time, I was thinking, right, we're in injury time. There's a couple of minutes left. I was thinking, surely we're just going to try and keep hold of the ball. But then obviously it's Ward-Prowse, who's one goal behind David Beckham from direct free kicks. Quite a nice distance out as well. There's half of me thinking, oh, go on in, James. Let's try and get out the goal.
Because we look comfortable at that time, yeah.
But the sensible thing to do is always just to try
stick it in the corner with Antonio.
Yeah, just kill the time. Do you know what I mean? That's a sensible thing to do. And lo and behold, obviously we missed that. They go straight down the other end. And then as soon as Johnson spooned that ball and it went behind for a corner, I was just like, here we go.
So, and exactly the same.
It was so unnecessary.
It was actually bad marking from Alvarez and I can't think who the other one as well, but Alvarez lost his man in that as well. I think we just switched off a little bit. But I thought it was good again, Alvarez. I didn't think anyone was amazing, to be honest with you. But
no.
I thought Emerson probably, he really didn't stop, did he? I thought Crest done well when he come on, actually. Again.
Yeah,
he seems to have shaken off of not wanting to be there now and maybe taken... did you listen to the Ironcast?
Did you watch his interview?
I haven't watched it yet, but I saw a clip of it where it said, I'm a happy number 2 now, and if they need me, I'm there. And I thought that was quite a good, maybe that's a mental shift from him going, you know what, maybe this is who I am now, rather than wanting to play. I can understand a player wanting to play and understand why he probably wanted to leave last season, but I think he's probably, if we're a big club, we get rid of him this summer. But with the rebuild we probably need, he's probably a very good number 2 to have.
Yeah, I agree. I think he loves it at West Ham. I mean, he's been there nearly
10 years
now. I think he loves it at West Ham. But I think the reason he wanted to leave is more the bigger contract towards the end of his career.
Oh no, and I completely this is it. This is his last ever contract. So
Yeah.
at West Ham, he's probably going to get a reduced contract, and that's it. Where he could go to probably a lesser team, get a bit of a bigger contract, and
Signing
probably
on fee.
3 years or something like that, or 2 years, or
Yeah.
well, we're probably going to offer him a 1. So yeah, I do agree with that as well. I don't think that's. I think that's just age, that's circumstance, everything. I don't think it's.
Yeah.
I don't think any West Ham fan thinks bad of Cresswell. I think he's been brilliant for us.
He has been a great signing.
Been one of our best ever signings, actually. When you
Was it-
10 years,
Is it 3 mil?
3 million
Is it 3
from
mil?
Ipswich, like he was bargain.
Amazing.
And he's been a
Amazing signing.
great servant. Like, but you think some of them like games he's played for us. Got a couple of England call ups, I think. I think he's got 3
Got a couple of
caps.
England caps. Yeah. Hammer of the year, first season, I think it was.
Was he a hammer of the year? Was he?
Yeah, in his first year.
Were we in the Championship when he first came?
He was in the Prem. I think it was.
Big Sam?
Yeah, Sam. Big Sam. First season in the Prem, I think.
Yeah, he's been a very, very steady player for us. He's had ups and downs, like anyone, but I think he's been very, very consistent. But I think probably he does work if we can have him as a sub left back, it probably does work.
Yeah.
As long as he wants to be there, he's not negative. That's the because you would think as you get older, you either want to play or like some players want to play, and I think some. It's funny. I wonder if in clubs, I was thinking about this the other day. Like if you're not the top man, obviously you're a sub. And obviously, there's 2 ways you could go. And if you, obviously, egos come into it massively. But if you were smart and you knew you probably weren't, like at City, for example, right? You're Calvin Phillips, let's just say at City. You know you're not going to play. I wonder if you become the biggest cheerleader and the biggest advocate of the manager in there, you stay longer. Because I see Scott Carson's at City, like he's been there, and because he ticks the box of English grown player, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But it seems like he's really on board with his role there, and you look and think that's quite smart, actually, isn't it? Like if you might never play, you might get called upon every 4 times a year or something, but if you can be that man, I'm always going to be ready. Or if you say to a manager, almost like, I'm happy to be the super sub. Give me the chance. I want to come on and be the super. And if you can get your mind in that sense, like Solskjaer-esque in some ways, you probably could have a great career. Like at the top.
Do you know who reminds me of the epitome of that? Adrian at Liverpool.
Yeah, he's still there, isn't he?
He's won everything.
Is he still there?
He's still there. He was lifting the old Carabao Cup a couple of weeks ago. I think he actually was on the bench for that one, but he hasn't even been on the bench like earlier in the season.
Remember how bad he was when he went there as well. He made howler after howler, didn't they? They had him and then they carry us, didn't they?
But no, yeah, I agree with what you're saying there. Yeah, and you're great to have around the squad if you've got that sort of mindset.
Yeah, and Crest could probably be that with us. So any other talking points from Wolves that you can think of?
Not really, I don't think. I mean, in the end, it was a really important 3 points, and no matter how we played, it was just to get the 3 points.
Because our worry is Newcastle and Chelsea. I know we're looking at Man United, but Newcastle and Chelsea are our big problems because they've both got games in hand. And Chelsea got 2 games in hand on us. So I think Chelsea, but they didn't win again the weekend, did they? They drew, didn't they?
Injury time.
Which done us a big favour because they actually, if they'd won them all, went above United.
Yeah.
So they've kind of snuck in a little bit. And I think our game, I didn't realise that Chelsea's form is the best in the Premiership outside top 3 over the last 10 games or whatever it was. Yeah. I don't know if it's 5 games or what, but yeah, they're in a bit of a false position really with their games in hand.
Yeah,
because they had 3 on us, I think, didn't they, at one point?
Yeah. Well, I watched that. I watched the Man United game, which is just crazy game. The Chelsea-Manchester United game where they won 4-3. Couldn't believe it. I was absolutely livid, to be honest. Couldn't believe it.
I know. It's like in some ways, I wanted Man United to beat Liverpool at the weekend, but then I thought, no, actually, I want Liverpool to beat them. Like,
Yeah, I mean, we're still in the hunt. Like, we're not. What was it?
no.
1 point behind them.
Yeah, they got a game in
Yes, I
hand.
mean. So yeah, really, we want them to slip up, definitely.
Yeah, so we want everyone around us to keep losing because we're going to lose games.
Yeah.
That's without a doubt, especially with Europe
Yeah.
in there as well. Fulham the weekend after Europe, which is you don't know how it's going to be.
No.
So Leverkusen, obviously, we got no Alvarez, and as of today, no Bowen. So it seems. Who knows? It might be a bit of a ploy, but
I mean, Moyes was always going to go. It was definitely going to be a shithouse game where he's going to park the bus, which is understandable. They score goals over Leverkusen, they do score goals, and it's just whether we can stay in the tie. Yeah, and I mean, if we start how we did against Wolves that first half, I could see us being quite a few goals down.
I've got a feeling we're going to be very up for this.
Yeah, I do too. But yeah, we need. I don't know. Just we do need to pose a threat going forward as well, and I'm just a bit worried about that. That's
because we are.
We are.
We are a threat when we actually get going.
Yeah, massively.
Like when Paquetá's on like song, you got Kudos, Bowen, Antonio. Like I think Antonio's going to be big for us on Thursday. I really do.
Yeah.
I think we really, really need a big performance from him, holding it up, keeping it off that midfield.
Yeah, he's key. He's key.
Yeah, I think he's actually our key man.
Yeah,
because we've seen him in big European games, Seville, where he was unplayable. Actually, Seville that was the one, wasn't it? Where he was just insane how good he was.
And in Europe, he does seem to be even more influential, doesn't it? It's as if the defenders just are not aware of how much of a nuisance and a pain in the arse he can be.
Yeah, because he's huge and he's so quick, but we just hope there's no injuries, red cards. This is the thing, like Paquetá, prone to stupid booking at the weekend again, just tapping the ball away, like silly yellow cards that we don't need at the minute. And then obviously defensively, Zuma looks a bit better, doesn't he?
He looks a bit better. Yeah, he looks as though he's moving a bit better.
Maybe he was carrying a knock or something because he looked different. He looked finished, didn't he, at one point?
Yeah.
Dino's, I don't like. He's getting better, isn't he? Not very good on the. I saw Kerrer this week. Did you see the Kerrer interview where he sort of said West Ham playing in a low block and it doesn't really suit? Like he wasn't slagging West Ham off, but he said basically it wasn't really the style of football for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said that he didn't actually mention that he couldn't fucking defend, but he he was saying that he said that when I was out, the team was winning, and he said it's hard to put when they've put 5-6 good results together. It's hard for you to get back in. But he said also they play in a very low block. Basically saying he was a better footballer than that. And like it doesn't suit his game, but he wasn't like slagging it off in a way. It was quite a good interview, and saying just maybe now I'm at a club that probably does suit my style a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
And maybe a Gerd, the same. I saw a Gerd yesterday, comment on it. A Gerd's really a one that splits the fan base, actually, isn't he? Because there's a lot of big Agerd fans who think he is going to go on to play for Manchester City. And I don't know what these people watch, but because he can't defend.
Yeah, not for me.
No,
not for me. I was going to ask you actually because we've been linked with Max Kilman. Excuse me.
From Wolves.
From Wolves, yeah. Obviously, he's left-sided, which is like gold dust these days for centre halves. I just wondered what you thought on that. They're talking about 40-45 million pounds, but I mean, to me, I think he's fine. Every time I've seen him, I thought, yeah, he's fine, but he's never really stood out. And I do think if he was that good, he would definitely be in the England reckoning as a left-sided centre half.
If I'm honest, I don't know enough about him.
No, I don't think I do too, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about. But then if Manchester United apparently have come in for him as well, or interested in him.
And I saw
So
the
I
other
mean,
one
he's popular.
today is the guy from Fulham, Tosin, who I quite
Yeah, I've
like.
heard that. Yeah, I've heard that.
He's a free agent at the end of the year, which actually is even better. Would you go for Maguire?
I think I'll take him. The way only because of the way Moyes plays. I think he's
That's
kind
exactly
of
it. I
perfect.
think that's where we've got to start thinking. What's a Moyes centre half? What's a Moyes player?
Yeah,
And I'd like to see us buy those style of players, even though probably it's the football. But for example, Craig Dawson, the epitome of a Moyes player,
yeah,
and we defended so well with him. Bit backs to the wall, but that's how we play, backs to the wall, and hope to nick the ball off them. So, mate, I'd like us to see. I saw also talking of quotes, they're all coming out today. Tim Steidten, did you see his quote that got released today?
No, I haven't seen it.
Saying how much he loves it there and loves working
Oh,
with
really?
the ownership and David Moyes.
Oh, wow.
Said, I wish I'd a screenshot it. It was in effect, I'm at the exact right place where I am. It was a big change for the owners to lose full control. And it was a big change for owners and David Moyes to lose full control. But David's seen the work that I've done now and basically sort of said, and now is very on board with the program.
Okay, that's good.
So it was quite good, and he was like talking about like that they're onto something good, they think. So it's quite nice to hear from him. 'Cause you never hear from him actually. You don't hear anything. There was obviously the fear of losing him as well.
Yeah,
Overall, he's done well, hasn't he?
I think he's done well. I think he had an influence on those three big summer transfers, didn't he? Kudus, Alvarez, and Mavropanos. I think and they've kind of proved to be all decent signings.
Mavropanos, look, he's played a lot of games. Has he been? I think we can also be a bit unfair because the Premiership is so different to anything else that people do. Some people do take a lot longer, and I think you'd keep Dinos and you'd probably put him as a number 2 centre half if you could get in Maguire. Just worried that Maguire's a bit old now, and we keep buying old players. That's one of that is a big worry that we're not going youth. But maybe Steidten has got someone else, and that isn't who we're looking at.
Yeah.
Because Kudos is younger. Dinos was much younger. I think Alvarez isn't old, is he?
No, not at all. 25, 26.
So maybe then it's going to be players that we have no idea who they were. New player. But that's.
I think Steiden's brothers just joined him as well, isn't he? As part of the back.
I think so. Moyes' brother's there as well. I think as well as one of the scouts. Love it, old West Ham. Just chuck them in. I saw the Sullivan boys were out in Tennessee this weekend because they had the big. In the US, they do like the big fan things. So they put it on for the Premier League, and like it's a big fan area that everyone goes. But they had actually a lot of them were out there. Sturridge was out there, Shearer was out there, Matt Jarvis and Jack Collison were out there for West Ham. Yeah, so it looked a brilliant time. I actually looked at it. I thought, I wish I'd have gone to this. It looked really fun. But I was listening to Shearer's podcast yesterday, and he said it was one of the best experiences of my life. He said it was unbelievable how much people loved like football over there. So it was, it looked really fun. It did, and there was a West Ham fans, a geezer with a big cowboy hat on, and it was brilliant. It was
biggest club in the world. That's why.
Huge. Minnie's in her West Ham kit today. She had one on yesterday as well. Minnie's got quite into football. She's playing every day out there with me now. Every 5 minutes she wants to go and play football. She's got a West Ham kit. She had Mini 6 on the back of it yesterday. She had that. She had last year's home one, and I just saw her walk through over there with the bubble one on. Which probably takes us, but let's actually, I'll say it because that home shirt this year, I think, is possibly the worst shirt we have ever had. Do you know what it is? It's like a market fake shirt of a West Ham shirt. I reckon it's like how that has got through kit designers. It is, even when I see my kids in it, I think that is the worst shirt I think I've ever seen. Do you like it?
No, I don't, and I do wonder how it gets through these things, like who, signs off on.
Oh, that's a good one. That one.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's just, I can't believe that a group of West Ham fans will show this shirt and say, "Oh yeah, that's lovely. yes, it's got to be that one." Right?
The bubbles on it are just outrageous, actually.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, like the one I'm wearing, it's got like hammers in the back of the kit stitched in. It's just like printed on bubbles. It's like, it's a market shirt.
It does look cheap, doesn't it? It just looks,
up there with the worst ones I've ever seen. I think that'd be a definite West Ham worst ever shirt. That shirt. So predictions for Leverkusen away. Sorry.
Can we first go back to predictions for last week? Oh no.
No. What did I say? 2-0.
Gonna quickly block over that, was you?
Did I say 2-0?
Yeah, you've got brave. I don't know when did we last keep a clean sheet? I was when you said it, I was thinking,
idiot.
Really? We're not going to concede? But I mean, he's close though. It wasn't.
You had it, didn't you? So you picked it up.
I got the right score, but you got the right result as well, didn't you?
Yeah, we got there, but you got the 2-1. What? Give us laser. You won, so well done. Leverkusen.
I think it's either going to be like we're going to do really well and keep it. I'm not saying we're going to win, but keep it tight, 0-0-1, or lose 1-0, or we're going to get absolutely smashed. I'm going to go in between. I think we might be unlucky and lose 2-0 tomorrow.
2-0.
I'm not confident. I think, we just concede too many goals, Sam. At the minute, I just think we concede too many goals.
What am I going to go? See, I think we could lose this game, but close. Like a 2-1 or 1-0.
That'd be great.
That's my thought, that we go away and we're all a bit disappointed and we're all Moyes out and then we pump them on. That's what we did for Freiburg, wasn't it? That was 1-0, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going 1-0.
Bold.
That's what I'm going, 1-0.
Yeah.
So there we go. So let's see. I think I'm being the most hopeful person in the world.
You just don't know what West Ham are going to turn up like, do you? That's the thing. You just never know.
And I keep saying that we're so unpredictable shit, but we're bloody. And then I look and go, we're 7th. We're in the quarterfinals. This was the Lingard season. We would all be going insane. What a team! We'd be going mad. And even the Frankfurt season, we'd be going mad. As Nicky Dixon calls us, the Debbie Downers. We're just all downers now.
It's strange, isn't it? Expectations have just gone through the roof, and I don't really know why.
Yeah. So we're going to move on now, and we're going to wrap this up with best and worst West Ham kits. And I've got a few props here as well that I want to show a couple of things, but best and worst kits.
I don't know.
Okay, well, the reason I'm saying this, I read something the other day that we're probably going to extend with Umbro again for kit makers. Who've been a kit maker for quite a while now as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
And actually, they were a kit maker. Then we went to Adidas, didn't we, for a very short period of time. What do you think of Umbro?
Just a bit.
Dog shit.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Samuel.
But what I will say, their kits have actually been good. Like their kits in the whole have been good. Obviously not that Bubbles one, but you just don't ever want to wear an Umbro tracksuit. Or, like Umbro
That's just so true.
shoes. Or
Yeah, sportswear or
it's like the bottom of the
loungewear or leisure
basement
wear.
stuff, isn't it? Umbro. You
Yeah,
want
yeah,
Adidas or Nike. They're the
yeah,
two, aren't they?
yeah,
Or like PSG with Jordan. Like
yeah.
that's the best. That's probably the best football gear that has ever been made. Is that
Yeah.
PSG stuff?
You can't really beat that, can you?
It's unbelievable.
Stylish, completely. Yeah, just so stylish.
Oh, it's brilliant. But who would you prefer out of
Yeah,
Adidas? Or Puma maybe?
yeah. What else have we had? We've had Pony back in the day.
We've never had a good
those
one, have we?
Pony kits,
In our lifetime,
huh?
we've had Umbro, Pony, Fila,
Yeah, we had Bookta as well.
Bookta.
Remember
What on earth is Bookta?
Bookta. Only West Ham could have Bookta.
But then I see some of the other people, like some of them shit kit makers are back again though, aren't they? Like,
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
like what's Liverpool? They're New Balance, aren't they? Or are they Nike now?
Are they?
They were New Balance.
I'm not sure. No, I don't know.
Castor.
See, I
That's
quite
not
like
their
the
stuff's
Castor.
quite nice actually.
Yeah, I
Is it
quite like the
Castore
Castor
or
stuff.
Costor? I don't know how you'd say it.
Yeah, not sure. But
Is it an Italian brand?
I'm not sure.
No, neither do I.
I'm not
But
sure, but I do like their gear.
yeah, their actual other stuff outside of football is actually quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah. But even the football kits, what is it? Is it Wolves now or no? I know that was Wolves. Wolves had a nice kit last season, and I think Villa were Castor last season
Yeah,
as
I
well.
think they are.
I like both. They're quite smart, like quite minimalist, but
Yeah, they're a
smart
bit
kit.
minimal, aren't they?
Yeah,
Premier
but I
League
don't mind that.
kit makers.
But I think as you get older, you just want something that looks smart rather than loads of silly patterns all over the place and a bit leery.
When I was younger, I just used to love that three stripes on like the Newcastle kit, the Liverpool kit, when it had the three stripes up there and the three stripes. It just was such a cool. And they were the other ones with the Et crew.
Oh yes, yeah, they were.
Weren't they?
I think I liked. I did like the Adidas era.
Yeah,
I know it didn't last very long.
It didn't last long, did it?
It didn't last long. I know that one. I always remember Matt Jarvis wearing the one with the collar.
Yeah.
And Morgan is it Alpha Matano or something like
With
that?
one with
I always remember him in that.
It was like a retrofit of the one, the old Avco, wasn't it?
Yeah. So there was that one, and then
Umbro actually. I'm looking for at the moment. Umbro, and I've made some kits in the Premiership though. It's basically Umbro and Adidas. That are all of them, but it's all the shit teams that get Umbro, like Bournemouth, Burnley. They're all the teams that are Umbro basically. It's just such a rubbish make. I'm just looking down at the thing. Umbro, Villa, Castor, Brentford, Umbro. It's weird how Umbro have got such Wolves, Castor.
Yeah. I don't mind the kids.
Everton, no, Sheffield United. That's the one that I was thinking of. Error, ERREA. That's an old manufacturer, isn't it? That was the one I was thinking of the other day. You don't. They used to make Sunday League kits. Error, didn't they?
Yeah.
That's where you used to see it, didn't it? It was a Sunday League kit. The West Ham Umbro, but basically that is the. And that was the one. Everton, Hummel.
Are they Hummel now?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
They're Hummel this year. So, Palace, Macron.
Oh, that's terrible. That is a Sunday
Newcastle,
League,
Macron. Sunday League, wasn't it? Error and Macron. Man City and Puma. Man City, there's only one Puma and it's Man City. The majority though is Adidas or it's Adidas, Nike or Umbro.
Okay.
But Umbro, just I don't know.
No, it's just a bit tired. I'm a bit tired of Umbro. love to mix it up with a Nike or something. It's just like you say, all the sports gear that goes with it as well. Like you want
Tracksuits
to,
and...
yeah.
So what's your some of your favourites? You had your one on last week.
Yeah, so that's probably, I'd probably say that's my all-time favourite West Ham kit. That one from 80, I think it's from 80 to 83, the home kit, Adidas. That's probably my all-time favourite. But obviously I don't really remember that in my lifetime. I was about 3 years old at the time.
I'm gonna, for anyone watching on YouTube, this is my favourite. It's
what one?
Fila, Dr. Martens, Di Canio, 99.
Canio.
This is the original as well. This was my original.
And what?
Do you know what's so funny?
Well?
For years, this didn't fit, right? So it wouldn't have fit because I was too fat for it. And actually, I'm back and I'm actually slimmer than when I had this kit originally, which is unreal. So it's and the R's coming off of the Dr. Martens, but it is my original. My mum found it in.
I think I've got that one as well. That's an iconic shirt. That
Fila.
and an iconic team as well.
Just brilliant that kit. That was that is my all-time. And I loved our one that we done a couple of seasons ago, which was the retrofit of this one.
Yeah. I think I've got Sinclair on. Oh, I had Sinclair on the back of.
Yeah, there's no one on the back of that one. No one.
How do you feel about the collars on shirts?
Yeah, I like it. So I used to. It's funny, I didn't on this one because he'd obviously left by then. I used to Julian Dixon, cut them off because of Julian Dix, or I'd do that to give the look that I'd cut it off like Julian Dix.
So you hated the collars then, basically?
I didn't. It was just because Julian Dix did it.
Okay.
So because Julian and ripped down the front, always ripped down the front, as if the shirt was too big for me. And they were always too baggy anyway. I've got loads of them where they ripped down the front.
I quite like the collars on the kit. I think my favourite kits have generally got collars. I think.
Yeah, I do like a collar. I think
that one
away white this year is one of our best ever kits.
Lovely, isn't it?
It's gorgeous with the white socks and the white shorts. Because I hate, like this season, when we have claret or blue shorts for a home kit. That is not a West Ham home kit.
I don't know why they do that. I just don't get why they do that. It's just not.
Should be white shorts. It's like we're not the real team when I see that. Claret shorts it is this year, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think it was blue shorts last year, wasn't it? Or one of the seasons recently.
It's definitely been blue shorts as well, isn't it?
Like the light blue shorts. It used to be they were like third shorts that you'd get, but not. It always used to be white.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of other bits of memorabilia here that I'm going to give a geezer a shout out for these because I bought them off of Instagram, but he's from the UK and he's called Sneakers Reborn. I think it's Sneakers Reborn UK. And if you're watching on video, these are a pair of Adidas Sambas with Prague 23 on the back and a European trophy. And I think on the back of this one, we've got the Hammers sign and irons down the side. I've never actually worn them. I'm actually just going to keep them. Them ones.
I was going to say, you can't wear them.
No, I think I'll just keep them. These ones I have worn, I got made by the same guy, so he actually makes them. So you can say, I want this, that. So we done the claret and blue stripes down the side with irons, and I've got Bobby Moore's face on the back, with Moore 6 on the back of the other heel, and irons down the side of that one, claret and blue.
Both of those pairs are so good.
They're cool, aren't they?
They're so cool, yeah. They're great. But yeah, I'll be too scared to wear them. I just want to keep them perfect.
Do you know what this reminds me of? When I was at school, every pair of trainers I used to write 6 on the back.
Did you?
Always. Number 6 on the back. Do you remember when Reebok Classic done a claret and blue stripe pair?
I don't remember.
They were like Reebok Ice. Do you remember the Ice? They used to have a clear bottom. I've looked for them for years and can't find them. They'd done a claret and blue. The Reebok sign was claret and blue. And then I bought about 10 pairs of them, and I had 6 on the back of every single one of them. In pen. It was a biro. I don't know why I used to do it. Because of Bobby Moore.
They're great, they are. They're
Brilliant,
great.
aren't they?
Mate, I'm giving him a plug. He's probably going to sell bundles of those now.
Yeah, I hope so, because he's good. There's a couple of good, and I suppose we'll give another plug now. So another guy that is amazing, probably I haven't got it here, I've got to get it here, but my favourite West Ham item is the FA Cup that I've got signed by Billy Bonds and Trevor Brooking. And it's from my mate Stoey. So if you go on Stoey's page on Instagram, Chris Stowe, so he will he makes replicas of them, and he's just made my Europa trophy that signed by Deck and Bowen. So I've got Deck and Bowen on that one, and I've got it indoors. But that FA Cup is my greatest possession of all time. It was given to me on my wedding day by Davey and Sam Taylor. But do you remember at my wedding, everyone was just walking? The funniest bit of my wedding was when, because Fabregas and Wayne Bridge were there, weren't they? And we was all in that photo.
Little name.
And little name. No, because it makes us what they said was funny. And Wayne went, "You pricks are dancing around with this real cup." He said, "You know we've actually won it." Every picture of my wedding, we've got the cup up. It's on my head. It's like everyone drinking out of it.
And the funniest thing is your missus prancing around with it as well during the night as well. He was loving it.
It was so Stoey does those, but he does lots of West Ham memorabilia signed. I've got a couple of things from him. I've got a Julian Dick shirt signed, a Deck shirt. I think there are 2 I've got. Bridgie gave me when I was back in London last time Alan Shearer's match-worn shirt.
Amazing.
He just come out. We was having a drink at his house, and I said that I love Shearer, and he went, "Yeah, I got a present for you." Boom, chucked it to me. I said, "I can't take that." I said, "Like you got to keep that." He went, "No." You know what he's like? He's like a madman. We should get him on here because I always taught him like West Ham's worst ever player, relegated us. But he's just great crack, isn't he, Bridgie? Funny, but
he's brilliant.
Man.
Brilliant. He's brilliant. Love him.
Any other kits you can think of that stand out? That black one you're wearing, I believe Stoey did tell me that is an undefeated kit that we never lost in it.
And I think that's rightly so as well. This kit deserves to be undefeated because it's definitely
don't have many black ones, do we?
No.
Only one I can remember.
What's that?
Only one I can remember, maybe.
I think you're probably right.
Because we've had a few dark blues, haven't we? Actually, the other one of this one. Do you remember it was dark blue?
Yeah. Just a blue trim.
Yeah, that was a nice kit as well.
That was a nice kit.
And we had that other one, was it Alpari, when we had like a light blue down the middle of as well. That was a blue. Colton Cole, I think, of with that one.
I didn't really like that.
No.
That was SBO Bet. SBO Bet, wasn't it?
SBO Bet, yeah, one of those. Yeah, that's it. Alpari was Adidas, wasn't it?
Yeah, see, I like the Alpari. All of the Alpari kits I liked, I think.
What was Alpari? We've had some rubbish sponsors.
Like a trading, I think it was a trading platform. But,
do you remember that then we had the Dr. Martens when it went skint, and then we had a season with no shirt, didn't we? That was a good kit. Had a collar on it, John Hartson kit.
Which one was that?
Dr. Martens Pony, last year Pony, I think it was, with a blue collar.
Yeah. Was that blue? Claret with blue.
Blue on the side.
Yeah.
In actual fact, I think it was the home kit to this that I'm wearing, the Ecru one.
Yeah.
Or this would have crossed over, I think, from the Bubbles kit. You remember that wretched thing they had with a big collar, the centenary year kit. It's the 1995.
I've literally just bought that.
Have you? It's horrible. Isn't it?
Only because it's kind
it's
of
an iconic kit. Yes, without the blue one as well. Had the away one, the blue, because they sell it in the club shop now, don't they?
Yeah,
but no pony on it, is there?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
they do it. That's the collar I used to cut off. And
not surprised.
It's I was mascot for West Ham in that kit. Against Newcastle away. But it's like silk, that kit, isn't it? Like to touch.
Yeah, it is.
It's like silk. It's like a silky shirt. Isn't it? It's like, and it's got buttons, isn't it? Like a brass button on it.
They poppy buttons or
I can't remember, but there's a button on it. Oh yeah, because the collar does up, doesn't it? Like because it's an old school shirt. It's like made to look old, isn't it? But and it's got all the bubbles in that one though are cool because it's got 100 in it, hasn't it?
Yeah, it looks good.
All the bubbles through it. But yeah, that is an iconic kit. I wore to football. I played football the other day. Here I played 11 aside, and I wore white. You know the retro white one, 1979 or 80? Is it the cup? 19. It's a cup final one that they do in the club shop, like a Trevor Brooking one.
What is it? Just pure white? What is
Pure
it,
white with the. Is it the FA Cup shirt? 1980 or I can't remember what it is, or it might be a 70, might be a 79 or something like that. But it's like it's not like a football material. It's almost like a Ralph Lauren polo material. It's like really heavy. And I don't know if it was.
I think it might be the cup final.
It's a retro make that they make in the shop. Yeah. It is a cup final because I'm sure it's got something on here. Wembley Cup final.
I think it's when we beat Arsenal in 80.
Yeah, I've got a feeling it's the 80 Cup final shirt. I've got a feeling. I just can't picture it.
Apparently, but we tend to win cups when we wear white.
Yeah.
Which is even like last year, that was our third kit, and we also played in white and won another trophy.
That kit was a weird kit, but I did like that kit. I actually did like the kit itself. But it was a weird West Ham kit because it had orange in it.
Yeah, I didn't like it. But now I kind of love it. I'm very tempted to buy it.
I did quite like that kit. I quite liked it. I thought it was nice kit as a kit. All right, what's the... We'll finish up. What do you reckon the best Premiership kit of all time was? Any team.
Oh. Yeah, no. My memory's so bad, son. You must have a few ideas in your head.
I think there's only one, and I think it's the Newcastle 95, 96 Newcastle brown owl Adidas stripe. It's a thicker kit. I think it's the best kit ever made. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Faustino Asprilla, Les Ferdinand. It's the shirt Shearer gets unveiled in. So he joins the.
I know what you mean.
And a little round neck. Buttons
and like the blue trim on the
no blue trim on it. No blue trim on that one. That's the year after.
What on the Newcastle Brown Owl logo?
Oh, yes, I think there is on the logo. Yes, it's all black and white.
I think it makes it.
I had
it
that
makes
kit.
It kind of. Did you?
Yeah, it was. I had it with Shearer 9 on the back, and weirdly, because he would never have worn it, I had it as a long sleeve, which they didn't really make long sleeves then. And it was when I was the mascot against Newcastle is when I got it. Because I went in the club shop and it was the first long sleeve I'd ever seen. I thought, God, that's cool. But then I got Shearer 9 on the back, but Shearer never wore a long sleeve. So it always made me think, he wouldn't have worn this. Yeah. But that one I thought was outrageous, that kit. I also like them. The Man United when they had the bit of lace through there.
Yes, that was
Remember
a good
that?
kit. Yeah,
just different, wasn't it?
I think for me it's more like iconic kits rather than what ones I think are the best. But the Man United, the gold and green. I don't know if that was
that year. It was the away kit to that. It was half and half, wasn't it? And it had the lace, lace through it.
That one. The Liverpool candy with the flex, the white flex in it, the red with the white flex.
Iconic kit, that. But I also love the Carlsberg with the 3 stripes up here.
Yeah.
Boom there.
That
was a brilliant kit. There's been some good. Chelsea when they'd done a grey kit with orange on it. That was a cause. Umbro that was. That was a weird kit. I remember Chelsea done a yellow away kit, Ruud Gullit. Yellow with blue there, like light blue.
Zola.
That was a gorgeous kit. That yellow one. It
Yeah,
just
that
looked so good in the summer.
was that weren't Commodore?
No,
Were they?
Cause.
No. Oh, that was a Cause
Yeah,
kit
Commodore was before that.
before.
It's funny. I could probably still go through Premiership and name kit manufacturers. And
You've got a great memory for
Blackburn's
all this stuff.
title-winning kit, believe it was Asics with
Yes, I think
McEwen's
you're right. I think
Lager.
you're right. Yeah.
It was McEwen's Lager, but black and white. That was a Shearer kit. That was collar, good collar.
Stuart Ripley.
That was a good team.
That was a good kit.
Yeah, there's been some blinders. Like, there's some teams that never have a good kit, and I think our colours don't lend to being an iconic kit.
No.
Like it is like
I didn't want to say it.
It is though. Villa. There's no good Villa because then I think it's loads of shit team like shit kits. Always have a shit kit like Villa and Burnley, and then I think they must think West Ham. Like it's the same. Yeah. Only the couple of white ones are quite good with us.
Yeah.
Or the different coloured ones, but I don't know. It's just a hard colour to reinvent, isn't it?
It is. It is hard. Yeah.
It's like when you see like Southampton with no stripes. Like when they take them off, or Palace with no stripes. It doesn't look like a Southampton shirt, does it?
Right. It just doesn't look right, does it?
No, like they do it like all red or something, and it's like, that's not a... But it's hard to do. I don't know what else you can... It must be hard coming up with new kits. That's why they just remake old ones now, don't they? Really. Like they they look at the old ones and make a retro version of it, don't they? But they come up with a new one this year with the old bubbles, and look what they got with. So it looks like Umbro. We're sticking with Umbro.
Yeah, sadly. But hopefully they come up with some new, fresh designs for us. It's every year now as well, isn't it? Like, remember back in the day?
Used to be 2 years, didn't it?
Yeah.
2 seasons you had out the kit, didn't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, at least you get a new one every... I do still quite look forward to the unveiling of a kit, though. It's weird, isn't it? Because years ago, there used to be a place called Rose Sports on the Barking Road. And we used to go, me and Davey used to go with our dads the day before the West Ham kit launched and get it. And Mark Wright as well. He was another one that used to come with us. So we used to go get the West Ham kit, and then we used to always be in the Martin Allen Soccer School at Ilford, and we would go there on the day before West Ham's kits come out, and we had the kits. And and I remember Martin Allen coming, like Davey always mentions it, he said, "Oh, is that what we're wearing next year, is it?" Like, and everyone was around us going, "Oh," and it was the centenary. That was the kit.
That was that year.
Yeah, it was that year. But we used to get them every year for years, the day before, 2 days before West Ham. I don't know why Rose Sports used to have them, but I don't think it's even there anymore. But they used to get it released, or they used to get them in stock. They weren't allowed to sell them, I don't think, but they'd sell a couple to us, and we used to get them. Blinder it was. Like famous for the kits.
What's that?
We were like famous for the kits.
Yeah, no, everyone crowding around you like, "Oh, what's that? What's that?"
Yeah, like because people must have thought it was fake, and then 2 days later we got it. It would come out. But I used to collect kits as a kid from teams.
Yeah, same. I've got all my kit. I've got loads of them.
I just gave them away. My mum came back so there used to be a stall on Northfield Market that used to do. I suppose really when you look at it, it's a bit like that soccer shirt place now. As what it evolved to. And they used to have random kits that you could go and buy. Like I had a Gillingham kit, a Rochdale kit, Exeter. I remember that was one of the worst shirts ever. It was yellow. It was a horrible kit. But I had all random shirts. I had a Canio Celtic shirt. I had the Gaza Rangers shirt. But I had the one that was like red, white, red there. McEwen's Lager. That was Adidas. There was some great kits I had in there. I had a grey Chelsea one. But I used to wear them. It was funny because people say, "Chelsea fan." I'd be like, "No, fuck off. I hate Chelsea or something." But I'd be wearing that. But I never ever had a Tottenham kit. Never. That was the only one I would never have. Or I never had an Arsenal either. Did you? I bet you had an Arsenal kit. You fucking love Arsenal.
No, do you know what? I had absolutely no interest in any other kit apart from. Like, I used to get international kits. I remember having a France kit. Who did I have on the back of that? I can't remember what I had on the back of that. I had Del Piero on the back of my Italian kit.
I used
So
to buy the
get,
Italian
like,
kit every year. Every year.
Yeah, I used to get the international kits.
I had the
Nigeria.
Ronaldo 9 on the back of the France 98. Now that was
Ronaldo 9.
That was the iconic kit from France 98 when he had the seizure. That kit, and I had Ronaldo 9 on the back of it in the green lettering. I remember I had to go up to London to get it done because nowhere done it, did they? Or you could get it done like in Harlow, but you'd have the wrong colour and style numbers on it. Do you remember?
I used to have that done all the time. So all of my kits that I had the wrong lettering and the wrong style.
I had a Juventus shirt, but no one knew what number Del Piero was, and I had Del Piero 9 on the back instead of 10. And I wish I could show this shirt as well. So I bought this pack. It was where you used to cut the names and numbers out on felt. And it was the white West Ham Dagenham Motors with claret sleeves there. It was like a V-neck thing. And I had Cotty 27 on the back. My mum done it. But you had to put it on individually, right? So you cut out the C. But obviously, when you cut it out and you're 11 years old or 12 years of age, it's all like wonky. And then my mum, because the shirt had like claret on the shoulders, sort of went from there. She obviously thought that you start the name lower. So the name started around like mid-back and the 27 was lower. But like there was even on the 7 like, of the thing, it was like a slit in like where the 7 goes like that. It was a slit in the middle there and like Cotty was on like COTT. And I loved that shirt, but I couldn't ever wear it anymore. Because it was just like, my mum put it on and I was like, what on earth is that? But like,
ruined it.
Being lower, I thought was the worst bit of it. But it was the fact also it was cut out ridiculously. You used to buy these packs and put them on, but don't ever do that. It's funny how you used to do it.
What was we thinking?
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Like, I think I bought it from Intersport in Harlow, that little pack. I thought, oh, this is great. I can put loads of names on my shirts now. But yeah, and I had a Dick's one that had the wrong lettering and numbering on it. Because you could only get it done in the club shop, couldn't you?
Yeah. And I didn't actually care. I didn't actually, at the time.
No, at the time it wasn't really a thing, was it? Because everyone had the wrong one, didn't they? No one really had the club shop one on.
No one really cared.
Because no one's, mum and dad went up to the club shop because it wasn't like you could do it online. Like, they didn't go up to the club shop to get it done. It was like, day out, wasn't it? Otherwise, it was but yeah, it's funny like when you look at it, how bad it was. Oh, but then when you got one with the real one on it, because I remember the old ones, like especially had pony on the number, and you were like, oh, it was like, oh, you've got to, look at that. Like,
did you ever used to get like the badges on your sleeves?
Yeah, the
like
Premier League badges. Did you ever get Savio on the back of your kit?
I thought we was going to get through this episode without mentioning that.
So Addy had Savio on the back of his kit. What kit was that?
I think I've still got the kit. I can't remember. I can't remember what kit it was. So it was, what was that? Was that the Edgar Magnuson era?
Must have been one of the old like ones where they covered a sponsor up or XL.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I can't remember.
Jumbo Holidays or whatever it was.
What was I thinking?
Savio.
I reckon I was probably a better player than him as well.
I actually think you still are. In his prime, I'm talking about. Do you know what? I played 11-a-side the other day. I actually reckon I played the best game I've ever played.
But you've to be fair to you, to give you a bit of credit, you've done a bit of weight. You're looking trim.
I've
looking
lost
really
a lot of weight.
fit actually at the minute, mate.
I am. Do you know what though? I forgot. So I played a few months ago, 2 months ago, 11-a-side. Now I haven't played 11-a-side for a long time, like long time. In actual fact, I played once with you in 10 years. So we played with Ryan Redford and that.
Okay,
So I
yeah.
played in that game
Yes,
there.
I remember that. Yeah.
And then, so I played the other day in 11 side, and I was left wing, and I literally forgot how to play
Inverted
football.
winger.
Like I just, there was so much space and so much because everyone was a bit older, but it was but still quite a good level. So it wasn't bad. I was fucking useless. And then, so I played this week, and I went centre half. I thought, you know what, just win the ball. Like, you know what's funny? When you haven't played football in a long time, like I went to play a ball out to the wing, and it didn't go anywhere. And when you haven't played in ages, you can't kick the ball very far.
No, this is what everyone says. That's what the power in your legs just goes.
I was
That's
like,
what stops you
so I'd
playing.
done it about 3 times, and I thought it didn't go anywhere. Like it literally probably went 30 yards. Nothing. It went nothing. Probably would have cleared just about the 18-yard box. I was thinking, what's going on here? But then I thought, just be serious, simple here. Just play 1-yard balls.
Know your limits.
And all I did was win tackles. A geezer had come to me at football last night. He went, that performance was unbelievable the other day. He said, I reckon you won every single tackle. He went, I didn't think you could play football from the first time I saw you. I went, I don't know, it just happened, but then I've got injured. I've done my groin straight away, and that's it. I'm done again, I think. But you still played, didn't you?
I'm still running around, trying. It's hard. It is hard. I mean, I love playing football, but it's.
I did really enjoy it. I've got to say, I really, really enjoyed it the other day. But I just don't know if my body can handle it.
That's the thing.
I think as you play more and more, though, it probably does. It gets used to it, and that's how people play till their 60s or whatever, because they never really like when you think Danny Wells, for example. Like he's always played, hasn't he? Because he never really stopped, did he? I suppose so. Your body's probably used to it. You get aches, but just I think when you stop for a long time and then try it again. As I say, like, kicking a ball long. I actually thought I felt like such a pussy, like a little girl. Yeah. And actually, we're going to finish on this. My son plays in a team where they're both James, and they've both got the same first initial surname as well. So we can't. They said, "What do you want to be called? You need a nickname." And he went, "Bobby Moore." So now. He is, when the coach is shouting and all the teammates, Bobby, come here. So
they call him Bobby Moore.
Bobby Moore. So it's brilliant because most of the kids are American. So most of them don't know. One guy who I played with the other day, his son plays, and he's English. And he thinks it's hilarious. He's like, he said that is some nickname. And he plays centre half. He said, it's some nickname. He's got blonde hair. He's coming out the back, and he said, and he's called Bobby Moore. He said, that is one of the best things. He said, that is one of the best nicknames I've ever heard. But he said it. It was him who said Bobby Moore.
I would have been good.
He said, that's what I
love the way.
That's my nickname. And I said to him, what made you think of that? And he said, he said, how good is it to be called Bobby Moore? Like that. And I was like, that's brilliant. So he's now Bobby. I'm going to try and get a video of it to put it, and we'll put it on the thing so you can see it, because they're all shouting, give it to Bobby, give it to Bobby. It's really funny.
That's brilliant. Does he actually know who he is?
Yeah, everyone in our house knows who Bobby Moore is. He's like a king. He's like God in our house. You have to pray to him every morning. You go to Minnie right now and you say, Minnie, who's Bob? And she go, Bobby Moore. And she go, who do we hate, Minnie? And she goes, Spurs. She said last night, the geezer had an Arsenal shirt on. I went, Minnie, what team's that? She went, Arsenal. I said, who plays for them? She went, Declan Rice. She went, I used to love him, but not now. She's brilliant.
Bless her heart.
Mate,
you're raising your children the right way.
Yep, and then when Minnie always does this, she goes, sold my car, Lucas Paquetá. Loves it. Right, we'll finish up there. Have a safe trip in Germany, and we will see you when we're back. And obviously, we've got Fulham as well, so we haven't done that one, but we've done enough today.
We have indeed. Nice one.
Goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.
Come on, you Irons.
Come on.